What if I told you there's a chapter in the Bible so controversial, so powerful, that it's been debated for centuries? A chapter that some say is the smoking gun for understanding the identity of the Messiah. This is the fascinating book of Isaiah 53, often called the Bible's forbidden chapter. But why is it forbidden, and why has it sparked such intense debates among scholars, rabbis, and theologians for millennia? Just stick till the end, because we are diving headfirst into one of the most spine-chilling prophecies in the entire Bible. Trust me, this is going to be a ride you won't forget. But first, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Now let's get started. Let me paint a picture for you. In Jewish synagogues, there's a tradition called the Haftarah. It is the public reading of selected passages from the prophets. It's a weekly ritual, deeply cherished and steeped in history. But here's the twist. The readings in the Haftarah cycle are very specific. They jump around the books of the prophets in a carefully curated order, designed to align with the Torah readings for that week. Now, this is where things get strange. When they reach the book of Isaiah, the Haftarah includes parts of Isaiah 52, yes, 52, and then skips right over Isaiah 53, jumping directly to Isaiah 54. Wait, did you catch that? An entire chapter, skipped, gone. The first time I learned this, I couldn't help but wonder, why? Why would they leave out one of the most profound and poetic chapters in all of Scripture? What could possibly make Isaiah 53 so controversial that it's often left out of the liturgical readings? Is it an oversight, a coincidence? Or could it be something deeper, something deliberately avoided because of what it reveals? Let's keep digging. Now let's look at what makes Isaiah 53 so extraordinary. This chapter doesn't just stand out, it practically screams to be noticed. It speaks of a figure described as the suffering servant, someone who bears the weight of immense suffering, rejection, and even death, but not for their own wrongdoing. Here's just a taste of Isaiah 53, verse 3. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Doesn't that description send chills down your spine? But there's more. Verse 5, but he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Did you catch that? Pierced, crushed, punished for the sins of others. Sound familiar? For Christians, this is one of the clearest, most vivid prophecies about Jesus Christ in the entire Old Testament. But here's the kicker. This same chapter has been interpreted very differently in Jewish tradition, sparking debates that have lasted for centuries. And that's exactly what makes Isaiah 53 so compelling and so controversial. Are you hooked yet? Good, because we're just getting started. Stay with me as we unpack the Christian and Jewish interpretations of this mysterious chapter and uncover why it's caused such a stir throughout history. For Christians, Isaiah 53 isn't just a prophecy, it is the prophecy. It's often referred to as the Gospel according to Isaiah because of how vividly it mirrors the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Let's break it down. Take verse 7, for example. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. Does that remind you of anything? Think about Jesus standing trial before Pontius Pilate. The Gospel of Matthew says he gave no answer, not even to a single charge. Matthew 27, verse 14. Christians see this as a perfect fulfillment of Isaiah's words, and it doesn't stop there. Verse 9 says, he was assigned a grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, though he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. This aligns with the gospel accounts of Jesus being crucified between two criminals, the wicked, and buried in the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, a rich man, Matthew 27 from 57 to 60. For early Christians, Isaiah 53 was their proof text, their undeniable evidence that Jesus was the promised Messiah who would suffer for the sins of the world. It was quoted by the apostles, referenced in early church writings, and remains a cornerstone of Christian theology to this day. But what about Jewish interpretations? Here's where things take a turn. In Jewish tradition, Isaiah 53 is viewed through a completely different lens. Rather than seeing the suffering servant as an individual, many Jewish scholars interpret it as a metaphor for the nation of Israel. Let's revisit verse 4. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. For centuries, Jewish commentators have connected this to the collective suffering of Israel throughout history, persecution, exile, and oppression at the hands of other nations. They argue that the suffering servant represents Israel's role as a light to the nations, Isaiah 42 verse 6, enduring hardship for the sake of humanity. Prominent Jewish scholars like Rashi championed this interpretation. According to Rashi, Isaiah 53 describes the Jewish people's suffering in exile, misunderstood and mistreated by the world. And here's the twist. Some modern Jewish scholars have even suggested that Isaiah 53 doesn't refer to the past, but rather to a future redemption, when Israel's suffering will be vindicated by God. So, is the suffering servant an individual or a nation, a Messiah or a metaphor? The debate is far from settled, which is exactly what makes this chapter so mysterious and compelling. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk history. One of the most astonishing discoveries of the 20th century was the Dead Sea Scrolls, a collection of ancient manuscripts found in the Qumran caves near the Dead Sea. Among these scrolls was a complete copy of the book of Isaiah, dated to at least 100 BCE. Guess what? Isaiah 53 was right there, intact, word for word. This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Isaiah 53 wasn't some later addition or a Christian fabrication. It's been part of the biblical text for over 2 millennia. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. The Dead Sea Scrolls also included other writings that suggest the community at Qumran, possibly the Essenes, was deeply interested in messianic prophecies. Could it be that they too saw something extraordinary in Isaiah 53? Historical records also show that during the early spread of Christianity, Isaiah 53 was frequently used by Jewish converts to argue for Jesus as the Messiah. This sparked intense debates between Jewish and Christian leaders. By the medieval period, some rabbis were so wary of Isaiah 53's potential to lead Jews to Christianity that they discouraged its open discussion. Even today, the historical weight of Isaiah 53 continues to influence interfaith dialogues and theological studies. It's a chapter that refuses to be ignored. What is it about Isaiah 53 that has made it a battleground for faith, interpretation, and truth for centuries? Stick with me. Isaiah 53 is no stranger to controversy. It has been at the center of theological debates for centuries. For Christians, it's the crown jewel of Old Testament prophecy, pointing directly to Jesus. But for many Jewish scholars, this interpretation is deeply problematic. Here's why. Jewish tradition teaches that the Messiah will be a victorious king, a deliverer who will restore Israel and bring peace to the world. The idea of a suffering, dying Messiah is seen as contradictory to this expectation. Christian apologists argue that Isaiah 53 is a critical piece of the puzzle, revealing the Messiah's mission to redeem humanity through suffering before establishing his eternal kingdom. Jewish counter-arguments, however, emphasize that the text never explicitly names Jesus and that its language can be understood metaphorically. For example, the term pierced in verse 5, "He was pierced for our transgressions," has been debated extensively. Some Jewish scholars claim the original Hebrew word can also mean wounded or defiled, making it less specific to crucifixion. This debate has led to some heated exchanges, especially in the context of evangelism. Christians see Isaiah 53 as a tool to share the gospel, while many Jews see it as a text that has been misinterpreted and weaponized. But here's the deeper question. Why has Isaiah 53 been avoided in some Jewish liturgical readings? Could it be that the chapter's haunting parallels to the life of Jesus are just too uncomfortable to confront? Or is it simply a case of differing traditions and priorities? The truth may lie somewhere in between. For Christians, this chapter is a profound reminder of God's love and the sacrifice of Jesus. It's a declaration that even in suffering, there is redemption. In today's world, where debates about faith and identity are as intense as ever, Isaiah 53 remains a touchstone. It challenges us to look deeper, to ask hard questions, and to wrestle with our beliefs. And where do we go from here? Whether you see Isaiah 53 as a prophecy about Jesus, a metaphor for Israel, or something else entirely, it demands exploration. Don't just take my word for it. Pick up a Bible, open to Isaiah 53, and read it for yourself. Compare it to other prophetic texts like Psalm 22, Zechariah 12:10, or even the Gospel accounts. Ask yourself, what do these words mean to you? Could they point to something greater than we've imagined? And if this video has sparked your curiosity, let's keep the conversation going. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, questions, or interpretations. Do you see Isaiah 53 as a prophecy about Jesus, a story about Israel, or something else entirely?